So welcome back to another Gacha React, and this time we got Average Luck Gamer aka ARG aka one of the big CC in Zone Zero. But this time he made a video talking about his opinion, my honest opinion on Zzz Endgame. So I'm pretty sure like you guys can see like the rapid of doom posting or like talking or discussing about the new Deadly Assault reset. I'm pretty sure like you guys can see one of my two videos talking about it. One I goes through what the community talking about, mostly spoiler, it's all bad. And the next one I just try myself, and also it's bad because like the buff is too restricted onto the newer characters and it's too much shielding. Like the D filler, come on. Ice resist, so you cannot use your Miyabi team, and on top of that, you it was like take less 25 less that anomaly damage. So your anomaly team that you have been building for a while is all dead. So you have to use a attacker unit, attacker and a stunning unit. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I'm pretty sure like average luck gamer gonna like cover on this video. So without further ado, let's see what his opinion is. Take it away, ARG.
I love Zenless Zone Zero, but recently it's been feeling a little less fun. And I did a very unstructured stream the other day, and I want to apologize, not for anything that I said, but for the unstructured way that I said it. So,
you know what? This is a good intro. Like he means like, oh, he's gonna talk about the HP inflation or the best about his opinion on the end game, but like he don't know how to like put a structured way, like apologize for his unstructured way. Treat this like me. Like I have my opinion. Like I don't know what's happening to me. Like I have my own opinion right on my head, but I just don't know how to like structure it so you guys can understand, or like maybe like I had the same idea, but the way I speak is like through another side. So my opinion is like straight. Then the way I just speak or structure it, it go. Anyways, yeah, that's literally should be every of my intro, like legit.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to distill my points in a few minutes, and then you can make the call as to whether or not you agree with me or not. Please do remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, you know, for the algorithm. Anyway, first things first then, let's start talking about why Endgame feels less fun. So Endgame currently feels less fun because it's harder and harder to play the way that you want to play. And part of the cause of this is HP inflation. So this graph here is showing the HP.
Let me explain this. I'm pretty sure that he explained. This side gonna be the HP, and I'm pretty sure the X side is about the version
from where it was and when Deadly Assault started.
So you can see like
all the way
like
up
the HP is like increasing.
And you can see it started under 200 million, like 100.
Also, this is Deadly Assault
HP, and it's now over 330 million HP. So it's a pretty big increase. And pushing the HP up like this is making the game a little harder each time it happens. And
also, this I'm pretty sure Deadly Assault is like released at 1.4 during Miyabi, and look at that buff. And I'm pretty sure like this massive dump right here, I'm pretty sure this is when Miasma released. Like correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this is when Miasma released, and we all know like Miasma like the Miasma boss, like the HP decrease, but bro had Miasma, and Miasma is basically more defense. So it's like treat is like the same as HP, you know what I mean? But they just remove the HP and just like boost up the defense.
It's a little bit difficult sometimes to call it out when this is happening. And we have been saying for a little while that, you know, oh, it's something that we need to keep an eye on. And I think now it's reached a tipping point where it's like, okay, this is definitely a pretty big problem now. It's not just HP that's the problem though. It's also the boss design. And
sure, I'm pretty sure he's gonna cover this. Let me talk about this. Like, in my opinion, HP increase is not a bad thing. I'm pretty sure HP increase is not a bad thing because as soon as like, for example, like, I would not say like this is a good, like this inflation, but if you increase like this much, about like this much, like a bit, and not this high much, I would say HP increase is fine, because as soon as you play the game more or pull more characters, you're gonna understand or develop like your knowledge and stuff about the bosses or the mechanic in the game. Yeah, the boss design. I already mentioned in my intro, like the boss or the shield defense or the deadly assault literally shielding the anomaly characters. And you can see the defiler is like shielding anomaly characters that you have to force you to play attacker unit. Well, you can still play anomaly. It just didn't feel good. Like even though your rotation and everything's like the same as every other bosses, but your result is not gonna be the same because it's 25 less damage. Bro, think about this. Like if you play like the anomaly team, maybe like the butcher from Miyabi was right here, and you play the defiler with the same Miyabi team and everything the same. Well, I think it was like must be right here because it's like 25 less damage. It's like it's shielding anomaly, and it's like buffing attacker, be like, oh, attacker, please go up.
I'll explain. So the bosses are being designed in a way where they work with very specific characters or very specific teams. And what this is in a way where they work with very specific characters or very specific teams. And what this is doing is it's limiting player creativity, flexibility, and expression by meaning that you have to run certain teams into certain bosses.
Yeah, I think I hate games that whoever do that. I just hate the game whoever do that. Like even in Hunger Star or other game, like I like in general, I hate game whoever do that. Like you have to run this specific team in order to clear or have good result. And if you try to play your favorite team, you're not gonna get the same result or like really bottom. Because I'm more in you could say like in Hunger Star, this is the dev team that you want to play. Like the dev like recommend you to play, and if you try to play your super break, it was right here. Like it's not gonna have fun. And I'm pretty sure like right now I'm not having fun with Zzz Endgame. Like in the moment, you know why? Every bosses have like fire resist and ice resist, so I can use my two favorite team, which is my Evelyn team, Astroyao, or whatever, and also my Miyabi team. They was like restricting two of my favorite team in the end game. Like I'm pretty sure like you can still play them, but you're not gonna get the same fun or the same reward if you put on the new characters. I think like CZZ is like right now is heading to that direction. Like they're legit like shielding seed, like buffing seed a bunch, like including like the new bosses, the new DA, the DA buff, like the DA buff like specifically for seed. That one thing is legit like use two attackers and electro, and that boss is like weakness to electro. So basically that boss is, hey guys, pour seed right now in order to feel fun playing this boss. Legit.
Now, stay with me here, because right now, at 330 million total HP, I think the Defiler specifically has like 99 million HP.
I hate that boss and the Jane Doe boss. I hate those two boss. I'm pretty sure like the problem with the Jane Doe buff, I want to mention Jane Doe boss, the Jane Doe Masma boss. I'm pretty sure like if it's like anomaly res increase, so your anomaly efficiency gonna like feel slower compared to the another Masma boss or any other boss. So that's gonna feel bad because most like 50% of ZZZ roster is all anomaly buffer or anomaly like user. So that boss, that Jane Doe boss, if you want to have fun, use your attacker. You know what I mean? Like they say, or the Jano boss, you hate it, your Miyabi like not having fun, well you can use a seed or whoever attacker at that time, or maybe like Hugo, whatever, whoever at that time, any attacker, yeah, use that. And this D filler also act the same way, because this D filler is like straight up, hey, use the attacker in order to feel great. And yeah, we just say like 25 less damage on anomaly. So basically like I made a finger on the anomaly team.
And you can still brute force the Defiler with anomaly teams. However,
True, yes, that's what I literally said. Like you can clear it, it's just not fun. Like it doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? Like the same rotation and the same everything, but you get different reward and the different numbers. It's not gonna feel fun. It's like you do the same thing, the same team, the same build, the same everything, but your reward or your result is like so far apart. You know what I mean? And also to prove that, you guys can check my videos. I literally use an anomaly team. I'm pretty sure I use Alice. I use Alice, Yuzuha, and who's and Vivian. Like 3 5 stars, 3 S rank, and I barely scratched the 2 stars. That is how bad anomaly team play on the D filler. That is how bad it is. And also, I tried like 5 times. I tried like 5 times. It's not like first try or second try. I tried 5 times. And I think 5 times is just like too much try to me, like legit for me. I mostly do like first try or 2 try, then I just like get the same result. But this time it's like 5 times.
the boss does not exist in isolation without the context of this history. And the history here is telling us that the HP is going to go up on that boss. And it's going to go up on Fiend, and it's going to go up on Priest, and it's going to go up on Dead End Butcher. And that means that as that boss HP goes higher, it gets harder and harder for players to express creativity and to play the game the way that they want to play it. And it forces us to use the specific teams that the game wants us to use against these bosses, which for me feels less fun. It also becomes a much steeper learning curve for people coming in, and it's going to become harder for players to pull all of the characters they need for these teams, potentially. Especially if the HP continues to go up, then the idea of normalizing 2 or 3 limited S ranks per team will be something that happens.
You know what I mean? That is why I say HP inflation is bad. It's not like, oh, HP inflation, then like HP inflation is like one goal only. It's making players to pull on the new characters. That is just their one goal. So fuck your Evelyn team. Fuck your who's that? Jane Doe, or who's that? Who's another one? The shark girls. Like name one time that you use that shark. Evelyn? No, not Evelyn. Who's that? Evan Joan? Like something Joan something? I forgot, bro. I forgot that. I legitimately forgot. Like, cause it is so bad. Because I never used her when Miyabi came. That is just how bad that shark character is. It's like the design is good, but it just feels so bad playing the mechanic, like run around. I'm pretty sure like they buff it, but I'm still seeing nobody using her because the HP keep going up, and her damage doesn't like reach that cap or reach that goal yet. You know what I mean? So for example, you like the shark characters, right? So in order to get the same reward as someone who a brain dead Miyabi, you have to try hard with the really like good disc, like good crit disc, and maybe her signature weapon, or like pull some constellation or pull some resonator, like pull 6 or 2, whatever. Evan Jones, I'm pretty sure her name is Evan Jones or Evelyn Jones or whatever. Like you have to pull many of them in order to get the same result as a zero I'm Zero Miyabi or Brain Dead Miyabi team. That is just how bad it is. Like the death, if HP keep going up, just look at Honkai Star. If HP like keep going up, like still like Honkai Star, it's gonna end up like Honkai Star. Like if this graph like still going up like it is right now, and without any decrease or anything, it's gonna end up like Honkai Star. Like your older characters are gonna be feel so shit, even though you like it, or even though you have high investment on it, you're not gonna reach the amount of HP or damage to get those rewards. Unless you put the new 5 stars or the new banner right now, and plus you cannot use your 4-star supporter at all, because you already know like the 4-star supporter and the 5-star supporter gonna have like different amount. So think you're using Lucy and think you're using like Yuzuha on Miyabi, you see the amount of like gap and damage there is, you know what I mean? So if HP inflation keep going up, you cannot use your Alice anymore. Not Alice, Lucy. You cannot use your Lucy anymore. You have to pull the Yuzuha or Asoyao in order to get that reward or to get that cap damage, to get the reward. You know what I mean?
And that's where I am about the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you here what I'm going to send.
Bro, what the? Why is so small? Can you guys see this? Oh, bro, my face is like blocking the way. My face is like legit blocking the way. Let me move my webcam. Let me move. I never move my webcam. Okay, I'm gonna move it right here. So HP inflation has been aggressively increasing, and it is happening too fast. Yes. You know why it is too fast? Because right now it's like 2.2. Right now it's 2.2, Zzz 2.2, and it is already having HP inflation. That is bad, because you look at your Evan Jones, your shot girl. You know the shot girl is so bad that they literally buff it. They literally buff it in 2.0 or 2.0. That legit. That is like why it is bad, because the HP inflation does to her. Like the game is new. Like I'm pretty sure like HP inflation or power creep is like gonna happen in every game. But this is too soon for a new game. You know what I mean? Maybe like treat like your Genshin Impact. Your Genshin Impact right now is like 6.0. So maybe your Venti or your Zhongli or your Raiden would get power creep like a bit. But it is acceptable, because the game is like released in 6. Like right now it's in 6.0, and it is released like a long time ago. You know what I mean? And Zzz, it's just like a newborn baby, and right now already having HP inflation.
On the feedback survey, and I'm going to do it right after I've recorded this. You can open the game, you can go in, you can leave feedback at any time, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna send this, and I'm gonna leave it pinned down below, and you can do what you want.
Oh yeah, I forgot to read. But what I'm thinking, there is a necessity for it is in. I cannot. Oh, I'm blind. Oh, there it is. It is a necessity for its gacha game. That's literally what I just said. But it is still, it needs to slow down in Zzz, because it's limiting characters in team building and making the end game feel less fun. Yes, and also it is still new. Like at the end of the day, it's like this is a new game. It released like it just have their 1 anniversary, and all the old characters already getting power creep. Like name one time you're using that Evelyn Jones, or your Xingqi, the stunner with the baton. Like name one time that you still using them. You don't. I pull for that stunner girl. I never use her then, because she's trash. She consume more free time and deal no damage. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And the stunner bars like not breaking. That's why they release trigger. That's their solution. Not buffing like Jinchuan, like the Bhutan girl. They just release a character like triggered. Like I'm pretty sure like everybody using triggered right now instead of like that Bhutan girl, because she consumes less real time and she's easy to play. And also like I'm pretty sure her weapon is like decreased defense. So in order to make trigger good, you need to pull for her and also her weapon. Okay, continue. I cannot read again. I have to zoom in. I understand that the certain rate of HP inflation, it is turn low spanners into dolphin, which is well, then dolphin into well. This is literally what happened in Honkastaria. I understand. Like this is literally what I just said like a minute ago. So he just literally summed what I just said. However, we will likely lose many players that can or don't want to invest anymore or real money from the speed of HP inflation. Yes, like if the dev keep doing that, if you keep increasing your HP, the player just gonna leave. The player be like, oh great, now I invest in these characters. Now what? I gonna feel good this time, like clean the endgame, 1 or 2 patch. Then after that patch, it's gonna get power crap. Just like Zzz have a role model right now. It's Honkastaria. Just look at Honkastaria and do the opposite. That's it. That's legit. What is Zzz advantage right now? Just look at Honkastaria and do the opposite. Because Honkastaria right now is legit what it is explaining right now. HP inflation and pull the new characters. And if you don't, you cannot clear it. That's the point. And players just gonna leave. Like legit players gonna leave, and only a few amount like players who enjoy or elitists or like some whales still gonna play it. Like it is in their enjoyment, but most of them they just gonna quit because they don't know like if I invest this, they just gonna turn bad already. So what's the point of like investing anyways? Like investing time and pools and money. Like what's the point when they just gonna get power crap later on? In like legit like in 4 months or 5 months, they just go bad. Because the bonds are like shielding and stuff. Like legit Zzz is like turning to Honka style right now. Legit. But we have to scream our thought and our opinion in order to stop Zzz to turn into a Honka Star. Because I love Honka Star. I used to play Honka Star every day, but now I stop. Because the endgame is just bad. And the story also bad. And right now Zzz, I love Zzz. That's why I keep doing this video, making videos like warning about the HP inflation and the boss design in order to stop Zzz turning into Honka Star. You know what I mean? If Zzz turn into Honka Star, I will quit. Like legit, I will quit. Okay, last paragraph right here, last sentence. If the amount of HP inflation is lessened, more players are more likely to stay, resulting in longer term plays and overall high return. That is true. That is true. So what he means is if the HP inflation like going up a bit, just how I said in my first thought, like going up a bit, your returning players or your new players still gonna have more times on like catching up on the older players, you know what I mean? So for example, this like all returning players, like they start playing right here and they start playing right here back. So that's mean that Evan Jones or Jane Doe gonna deal they still gonna deal the same damage because the disc and the weapon is still the same and the team is all the same. But it just like you need more damage in order to get the same reward, even though you use your same rotation at all. And also that's gonna stop players gonna come back, because player be like, wow, so all the time they just spend 1 or 2 years, or those time they're just building all those characters, gonna turn to all trash already. So I legit had to build a new team and the new element and invest in new characters in order to clear the end game. I would not do that. I would not do that. That is literally what happened with me and Genshin Impact. And also, yeah, a lot of people is gonna stay more because they gonna trust the dev not doing something like Honka Star is. It just makes sense.
But I'm gonna read it out. HP inflation has been aggressive recently. It's happening too fast. There's a necessity for it.
Oh, why don't he just read it in the first place? And also make that thing bigger.
Creativity and team building.
Like, I legit have to go inside my screen, like
at the current rate
looking at my screen,
low
like
into
legit.
dolphins and dolphins into whales. However, we will likely lose many players that can't or don't want to invest any more real money from the speed of HP increase. If the amount of HP inflation is lessened, more players are more likely to stay, resulting in longer term players and overall higher returns. I feel like talking about money might just get through. I want to echo what I said at the start. I love this game. I want it to get better. I want to carry on playing it. And portions of the player base might very well think this is just skill issue.
You guys think I might be joining? I legit love Zzz. I rather like giving up Honka Star and I play Zzz because I really enjoyed the character design and the game. Like, I love how they parry and turn inside bamboo, and like when you break and you just like swap to the new your second character with slow-mo and everything, like similar to intro skill. I love that. That's why I still playing Zzz, but I don't want to see my favorite game turning into HP inflation and turn into Honka Star. And also, this is the community. Like, to summarize, this is like the community in 6 months ago of Zzz. You see, Saint Tontas, like legit Saint Tontas, like he's predict in the future or something. Like he must be like the predictor or come from the future. Bro know that HP inflation gonna increase, and he even like point out like 6 months ago, like in the early days, pointing about Miyabi and HP inflation, what Miyabi had caused, similar to how Akron caused in Honka Star. He literally point out and he give a warning to Zzz players, say like, guys, just on the lookout. Zzz is having HP inflation, and Miyabi is gonna like ruin the game, and then everybody's calling him a skittishu and a tourist. Like legit, if any Zzz content creator would talking about HP inflation, it is a career ending. Like Dayton has said, like you're just gonna get canceled. You're gonna get a bunch of dislike. You got spam in the comments saying skill issue, tourists don't know how to play the game, etc. Even though Saint Tontas like legit playing the game, would say like more better than I am, like more than better like most casual players are, and the community just call him like skill issue. That is called toxic positivity. Whenever like whoever like say bad about the game, or any critique, they just like call out and try to cancel that voice.
Except the numbers are going up, the direction is clear.
Just look at the graph. It's like the numbers, the statistics are there
for those teams, and that just sounds way less fun. Zzz is a skill-based game that rewarded player expression and skill. And I feel like that could go away. Zzz deserves better. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. If you don't have anything to add, then just drop your favorite emoji down below for engagement.
Okay, a good video from Average Gamer. You know what? I'm gonna subscribe to him. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like to him at all. So, to summarize, yeah, Zzz deserve better. because Zzz is like my favorite game, like one of my favorite gacha game. Like it should deserve better. I don't want to see it turn into like a predatory. You must pull characters, must pull characters. I want character that's like a must pull unless like I don't want any characters be a must pull. I want every characters to be like, oh, you you want to play your favorite team? Sure, you can still using your 4 stars, or you can use your premium like premium 5 star and still getting like similar amount. We say like 4 stars right here and your 5 star right here. It's like, and but you can still get the same reward at the end of the day. I would say like that's good. Or maybe pull characters like if you like it or you like their mechanic or gameplay. That is good. That like the dev should think about this, not putting a bunch of damage like Honka Star is, like putting damage and gatekeeping your potential characters on some weapon or light code. Also fix HP inflation, do what I just said or decrease it. And miasma is a bad thing. Like miasma is just straight up more defense. And also the boss, yeah, I would say the boss, if you wanna like really buffing attackers, just buff attackers. Just that's it. If you wanna buff attackers, just buff attackers. You don't have to nerf anomaly. So it's like the dev want you to encourage on playing attacker unit. So just build a boss or whatever, buffing the attacker, but not limiting anomaly. Because like I'm pretty sure like 50% characters in Zzz is on anomaly, because anomaly is like really big during like Bernice or Miyabi, like legit during Miyabi. And imagine like most people have Miyabi and right now your Miyabi cannot clear this boss. It's gonna feel so bad. It's like the dev like grab your neck and like force you to pull on Hugo or like Seed, like a character that you don't like. That's gonna feel so bad. So just fix HP inflation and design the boss like benefit anybody, like not anybody, like everybody. So you can play your favorite team and also like encourage new team also. So the dev would have money to develop the game. Like in business point, like develop the game, have more money, profit for their gamer design or whatever on the company. That's it. Anyways, a good video from Average Gamer. So yeah, comment down below what you guys think about these videos. Do you like it or did you? And also, do you agree with my point or do you disagree? Drop a comment down below and like up the video. And yeah, and also subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.